Mm. Whew. What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio, man. We back, man. Back again. I got the co-host of the decade, co-host of the century, co-host of a lifetime, H2O, man. Get in on this, man. Can't stress this enough. How much water have you had lately? Are you worried about what people are doing for you lately? What this person did for me lately? What they ain't doing for me? What this? All of that is irrelevant if you ain't drinking enough water in your life. You complaining about a lover, a friend, a family member not being there for you. You know who's there for you? You know who's there for you? Water, H2O. You make time for water, it's going to make time for you. It's a privilege, man. This is the relationship you need to cultivate and worry about. Because if you ain't got enough water in your life, that friend you complaining about, that spouse, that boyfriend, girlfriend, that friend you complain, man, it ain't going to mean nothing if you're dead. It ain't going to mean nothing if you're dead. And without this, you're dead. You might not die right away, but it's going to come for you fast. You can prevent a lot of problems if you take this in on a daily basis, and a lot of it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? You heard me? You heard me? You feel me? Come on, man. Get in on this, man. Filtration. Clean yourself out, man. Pee it up. It's all clean. If you pee a lot, so what? Hush. We peeing a lot. I'm peeing every 2 minutes. I just be peeing now. And it be running up on me. No warning, nothing. Pee now. And I do it. And it's worth it. Cleansing myself. Getting all this bullshit up out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? Get in on this, man. When you think of Tony Baker, I want you to think water. I don't want you to think funny. I don't want you to think, man, Tony Baker's funny. I don't want you to think animal voiceovers. I don't want you thinking about Serene Sincere. I don't want you thinking about Sabrina. I want you to think water. As soon as my name is mentioned, man, let me take a sip. That's the legacy I want to leave. Man, that Tony Baker, man, he really had me drinking water. That's the legacy I'm looking for. Okay? Just so y'all know, man. Got Sabrina, producer extraordinaire up in here. You know what I'm saying? And Amir on the ones and twos. And we in here. We in here, right now. Cold chilling. Look at this. Oh, product placement.
They owe you money.
Placement.
They owe you money.
Yeah,
son.
man. Apple, write that check. I got millions of listeners and views on Verbal Cardio. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the world, man?
Oh, man, what is it
What's
going
happening out here? What's going on in the world today?
This is silly, but I thought it was funny. Like, it was interesting. So somebody tweeted that there's going to be a Friday prequel with Drewski. Do you know who Drewski is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But Ice Cube shut that shit down.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. You don't want to... They was going to do a prequel?
A prequel, right.
Okay.
That don't even make any sense.
Right.
Like, but he was
Who is Drewski?
Here, I'm sure you've seen him before. He's like a chubbier dude, and he has this one meme where it's like, what do you mean by that? I love that fucking meme. I think of that all the time.
He's a chubby dude. What do you mean by that? Well, I guess I can go to his Instagram.
Yeah,
Hold on.
It's Druski.
Drewski. Drewski too funny?
Yeah.
All right, Drewski too funny. And he got 3.9 million followers.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen this guy. Wait, hold on.
Tony, don't be
Make
tapped
sure that's
in.
him. Oh yeah, I seen this guy before. Oh, okay, I seen his face. I seen him around the social medias and such.
Oh yeah, he be posted.
Okay.
Like
So I take it he would be Craig.
I would assume
So wait, Drewski and who?
Hold on, I forgot who the other person was. I just remember that Ice Cube was like, "Man, get this shit out of here." Wait, let me find the tweet.
Oh, shout out to man, I was trying to find the Instagram Vince Staples. Oh, Vince Staples and Drewski.
Oh.
So would Vince Staples be Smokey?
Oh, he said this is blasphemy. Yeah.
Ice Cube said this is blasphemy.
Yeah.
Ah.
A Friday prequel is in the works for HBO Max. Comedian Drewski and rapper Vince Staples are attached to the lead roles.
Here's my thing, man. Here's my opinion on them doing a prequel. It's not necessary.
It's not.
We don't need a Friday prequel. If anything, all we've ever wanted was a sequel with all of the cast members, all of them. All we've ever wanted was Chris Tucker to come back to Friday. That's all we've ever wanted. We don't need prequels. We don't need recasts. We want Chris Tucker back. That's all we've ever wanted. We got the sequels already, okay? And we know what they're all missing. Smokey.
Facts.
We don't want Smokey recap. We don't want the next generation. We don't want the new. We don't want none of that. No disrespect to the cast that they would put in it. We don't want it. And if Ice Cube don't want it, why do it? DJ Pooh and Ice Cube created Friday. DJ Pooh and Ice Cube created Friday. The people that they cast made that movie magical. F. Gary Gray did a great job at directing the first Friday. One of the funniest movies of all time, in my opinion. It'd be nice for a sequel, but when Chris Tucker left, some of that magic was gone. No disrespect to Mike Epps, but he was funny in there. Day Day is a dope character, but there was something missing when Chris Tucker leaving. Chris Tucker was magical in that joint. So it's like, and it, since Ice Cube doesn't own the rights to Friday, if they want to push forward and do this, I guess they can get it done. But it's like, come on, man. Come on. We don't need it. Make something new. Make something new with Vince Staples and Drewski. Just make a whole new project. Why does it have to be a Friday prequel? You can make a complete new entity, man. People are so scared of just creating new shit. Don't nobody want to take a risk. Don't nobody want to gamble. And I get it. Stuff be failing. I get it. We live in a movie day and age where, these movie studios don't want to gamble on new shit because people don't pull up to the box office and support the new shit. I get it. It's scary. But when the new shit does work, you clearly see an audience that's hungry for new ideas, new stories, new characters. And but I get it. It's all about money at the end of the day. And if you go in there, like the comic book movies are winning because they already have established properties and identities. They come in, we already know the stories, we already know the backstories, we're already familiar with the characters. So if they want to put this money up, they want to have some kind of guarantee that there's a fan base that's going to show up. I get that. But when you're talking smaller scale, new ideas and dramas and comedies, take the risk and come with something new, man. Enough with we're going to do a sequel, we're going to do a remake, we're going to do a prequel. Playing it safe, asses, man. Playing it safe. Friday wasn't a prequel to nothing. Think about a lot of comedies that just nailed it out of the park. Dumb and Dumber. There's Something About Mary. Friday. Anchorman. Goddamn Ghostbusters. Back to the Future. Beverly Hills Cop. These were new movies, and they were breaking records and standing the test of time and just really resonating with audiences. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Huge hits. Just coming in on their own steam, man. Bridesmaids. Wedding Crashers. The Hangover. Come in fresh. And I get it. Nothing wrong with a sequel. There's nothing wrong with a sequel, but once that well runs dry and you done bled out the property, when the sequels have diminishing returns, that's when you just tap out on the whole series. It's very rare that you can revive a franchise further down the line after it dries up. That's very rare. And with comedies, it's even tougher. Like Fast and Furious was able to do it, but you can do that with action. Comedy is going to be tough. When you come in there with new cast members, it's not going to hit the same. So that's that on that. You know what I mean? What else going
on? Director Steve McQueen gets knighted.
Oh, wait. Steve McQueen?
Yeah, the director of 12 Years.
Oh, I was thinking of
the
Steve
other
McQueen,
Steve McQueen,
the white guy from back in the day. I was like, why the hell is this American ass getting knighted? Oh, that's Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somebody asks, what's your favorite movie?
By Steve McQueen?
Mm-hmm.
Steve McQueen, refresh my filmography on him. I need his lineup.
So he did 12 Years a Slave,
okay.
Widows.
Okay.
Remember how hype we were for Widows?
Man, we were pumped up about Widows.
So excited.
Oh, man, the cast, it was just like,
oh,
sign me up, man. The premise.
Mm-hmm. It didn't deliver.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
The rest of the movies I haven't really heard of. Hunger, Mangrove, Lover's Rock, Alex Wheatle, Education, Deadpan, Shame, and Red, White, and Blue. Here.
Okay, so honestly, I've only seen 2 of his movies. So Steve McQueen, my favorite Steve McQueen movie is 12 Years a Slave because I've only seen 2 of his movies. I haven't seen Shame. I've heard about it. You see Michael Fassbender's penis in this movie. I've heard.
I love that was important to mention.
Yeah, because it was, the premise of that movie was...
His penis?
No, he has a sex addiction.
Oh.
And, people always going to look at the penis. When the penis shows up from an actor, y'all going to look.
I'm looking.
Sabrina going to Google it later on or now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's saved in my phone already.
Y'all going to tap in and check it out.
When I see Gillian Murphy... all I think about is his penis.
Oh, because it showed in 28 Days Later?
28 Days Later.
Yeah. Opening shot.
Opening shot.
We opened up on his penis.
That's the way you open up a movie. I mean, you got to zoom in, but it's still
you
penis
saw
and
out
zombies.
The gate. And that was my intro to him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the penis guy.
Yeah. Penis, zombies, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's so yeah, all I got is I've only seen 12 Years a Slave and Widows. So I saw Shame. I think I watched Shame, but it didn't really resonate. So I'm going to go 12 Years a Slave.
Okay.
Yeah. Steve McQueen. Shout out to him for getting knighted. I don't know what that does for you. Once you get knighted.
He's now Sir.
Yeah, but.
Steve McQueen.
Does that give you discounts on groceries? Like going through, like, what is being knighted? Once you become Sir such and such, what does that do for you going forward in the United Kingdom?
All right, I will tell you.
What are the perks of being knighted?
Oh.
Sir Anthony Hopkins, Sir Michael Caine, Sir Steve McQueen.
Yo, shout out to Anthony Hopkins. A knighthood is a title that is given to a man by a British king or queen for his achievements or his service to his country. A man who has been given a knighthood can put Sir in front of his name instead of Mr. What are the benefits? Knights have the right to use the prefix Sir. Really, we're really all about this Sir thing.
Yeah.
Before their given name and post-nominal letters after their last name, and are cited accordingly in official documents, including passports and public announcements. A knighthood also gives you a place in the official order of presidents in the United Kingdom. Presidents. You just really get Sir.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean, if you ain't getting discounts throughout the city, man, the countryside.
It raises awareness of their work, ideas, and projects. I'm sorry.
That's what Instagram is for.
Your face.
I'm just
You were all in thinking I was going to give you something good.
Man, I'm kind of disappointed in the
knighthood.
In the knighthood, man. Did they get armor, a sword?
Some records indicate that knights were paid 2 shillings per day for their services in 1316. And when this is converted to 2018 valued pounds, this translates roughly to 6,800 pounds per day.
Oh, well, if you get 6,800 pounds per, well, shit, knight me up. Give me the sword on each shoulder. Like, ooh.
It says
ooh.
were paid.
Oh.
They don't do this no more.
Oh, God. Well, man, what we doing out here? No armor. You can't walk around in the suit of armor. You don't get a sword. What's the point of the knighthood? Just Sir? That ain't enough for me. Sir Tony Baker. I don't care.
Sir Anthony Charles Baker.
It would have to be Anthony Charles if I'm gonna get knighted. I'm gonna change my name. Well, I'm not changing my name, but I'm gonna just go by this. Yeah. Sir Anthony Charles Baker the First. That's how they would bring me to the comedy stage. I want y'all to give it up right now for Sir Anthony Charles Baker the First.
There'd be so much commotion. There'd be clapping. But like, oh my God, what the hell? Oh my God, sir, what? Oh, and then they say it to you. Oh, it's Tony Baker.
Yes, it's me. Sorry, guys. It don't sound like it's all that, man. But congrats. I don't want to, disrespect anybody that's been knighted or wants to be knighted, or not to discredit Steve McQueen. It's a great accomplishment.
Yeah, that's really dope.
But I was just hoping for more,
It sounds cool. It sounds like I'm a knight. Like, that's cool.
But if you ain't got no suit of armor, man, are you really a knight?
I think it's so cool that the queen knighted you. Like the whole the sword thing. I love that. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But then after that moment, it's gone.
And will she remember you?
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't know, man. kind of disappointed in the knighthood, man. Give me the money. Bring that back. Give me the shillings, the pounds. Give me those.
Yo, shillings looked interesting. They didn't look like they were valuable.
Shillings, sir. 2 shillings. Their teeth was just terrible. 2 shillings. They got like 3 teeth. Talking about some shillings. What else going
on? Snoop be busy.
Snoop does be busy, man.
Snoop is a busy man.
Snoop is out here working.
So he's going to be a playable character in Call of Duty. And
wow.
I felt like that was
really
relevant to us because we play Call of Duty. You play more than me.
In the one I play?
Yeah. Well, it said Vanguard and Modern Warfare. So, because everything that Vanguard gets, we've been getting lately.
Okay.
Because they're trying to pull us in there.
So we can be Snoop running around.
That'd be hilarious.
I would actually change my character finally.
Oh, 100%.
I would be Snoop running around and some Chucks. Hell yeah, that's dope. But he be busy, man. He's everywhere.
He is literally everywhere.
He's got so much going on. He's got shows popping. He's still making music. He got that super group with Too Short, E40, and Ice Cube. He out here hosting shows. I'm like, he out here very, very posty on Instagram. He's just out here doing it.
And everything he hosts is with like the most opposite end of the spectrum, like Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
And now he's Kelly Clarkson. Like, how are those two together? But here we are. Well, Martha Stewart and him make sense. Because Martha be smoking. She was locked up.
She was locked up.
She got street cred. She got more street cred
Snoop
than
almost
him.
went to jail, but she went.
She
served time on the hard streets.
She's adorable, by the way.
She was in prison. Oh, absolutely. Martha Stewart, her little voice, the way she be talking, it be all calm. It's because she be high. He high as a kite. Of course you're going to be calm, Martha Stewart. She be talking and presenting and cooking. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I love cooking shows. I don't know if Sabrina wants this, but I want so much for her to have a cooking show. I don't think she really want one, but if she do, it would just be the biggest shit. She would be on magazine covers at the grocery store and by the register. She would just blow up. And it's, because for me, she's got a great voice,
thanks,
personality, and so She got the personality. She's doing her thing. She's throwing the food in there. She's cracking jokes. She's being her. And then if you got to listen to her tell you the ingredients, the voice is soothing and smooth. And it's just like, and she looks like a cook we just don't see on TV, especially from a woman perspective. It's like, man, dog, she need a cooking show. And I watch cooking stuff. Even though I no longer eat meat, I watch anything being cooked.
Me too.
And there's this Instagram page I follow. This dude be cooking in the woods with a sharp ass knife. I love the shit out of these videos. He be cooking in the woods, super sharp blade, and he just be outside. He be using like a little natural fire there, and I just be like, I'll be all in on this page. I'll tell you the exact page. Because I'll just be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember you posted him not too long ago, and you're like, I love this. And I also follow a guy like that who lives in the woods.
Man.
And he just be cooking. His voice is so soothing. He'll be like, oh, well, hello there, buddy.
Oh, he be talking.
He just says, well, hello there, buddy. And then he'll tell you about his day. And
oh, man.
And then he watches, like, old school movies. There's one video where he's watching, like, Mighty Ducks and making.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Yeah, I reposted him.
Yeah, I seen that on your repost. So the one I follow is Men with the Pot. Men with the Pot. Got 1.2 million followers. He just be outside cooking stuff. Like he be making like you just see it from start to finish, and I'll just be like this. So check out Men with the Pot on Instagram. He got a super sharp blade. He be cutting up all the vegetables and chopping onions, and he got the tomatoes going, and he chopping those, and he's outside. It's cloudy looking. It's green. It looks like it's slightly raining, but he's still out there. He got the fire going, and that's my vibe all day anyway. So he chopping tomatoes. He chopping parsley.
Parsley's what really got you right there.
Man, he chopping chili. Just cutting it up. And the camera angles are fire. Yeah.
I'm really excited about cooking today.
Oh.
Especially after what I made yesterday.
Oh, I'm excited to eat it.
Man.
That was great. Anyway, I went off on a tangent right there. Oh. Hey, Keenan Baker, man, get this money, though. Don't you take off. Wait, don't let him leave.
Oh, Keenan.
Hold on, y'all.
We were trying not to. We were trying not to disturb the podcast.
But you gonna try to slide out of here and not take the money for that.
Keenan Baker just dropped off a hat for Tony.
What up, y'all?
What's up, man? Keenan Baker's in here, y'all. We may or may not be related.
May or may not. Y'all never know, though.
Oh, once the ancestry comes back,
Yeah, we about to find out.
Are you getting to the ancestry?
Yeah. Yeah, man, don't worry about the change, man. Just take it.
Let
me get the bucket hat. Let me see that hat. Let me put it on now, man. So Keenan Baker, Keenan Baker got that merch, y'all.
Okay.
He got a Dragon Ball Z inspired Keenan Baker bucket hat. It says KB on it. He sells these on the road. You sell them online?
If you DM me right now, they're not on the website yet. That's perfect, man.
Boom, man.
That's cool.
Out here, y'all see it. The KB. He sells these on the road right now. So if you come to where you at next on the road? New York. So he'll be in New York selling these.
I got those. I got the truckers.
Yeah, he got the trucker hat too.
I got beanies. Beanies might be kind of hot for y'all, but I'll still bring them.
Yeah, because that cold weather going to come back.
Yeah. They told me to power up. This ain't my podcast, man. I can't be powering up, man. That might be a little.
No, power up, man. Tell them about your podcast, man.
Oh, man. Hey, yeah. Oh, I see some Shun Gangs in here. Anime Shun Gang people, man. Thank y'all. So I can give you right now, man. I have a heart attack. But thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. If you see us on the road with Tony, New York, I got some stuff for y'all.
He'll be with me in New York City, and he'll have these hats with him. So, yeah, the Keenan Baker bucket hat. You know what I'm saying? Check out the Animation podcast. It's with Keenan Baker, Brendan Edwards, with Rob, and Ice McGowan. Man, they be talking anime all day, every day. So pull up on that. Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing it, though.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. We out here, man. We get pop-ups and verbal cardio, man. We got cameo. Yeah, for sure.
Cameo.
What else going on? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me?
Well, Twitter is claiming that they bullied Kylie Jenner into changing her son's name. That may or may not be true, but she is no longer calling her son Wolf.
Oh, so the baby's name is Wolf.
Was Wolf.
How old is that baby?
Fresh. Probably still got placenta on it.
Wait, they just had a new one?
They had a new one. I don't remember when. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't pay attention to Kylie's life.
Okay.
I think I remember her talking about that she was
They got 2
pregnant.
kids.
They got 2 kids now. I know Stormy. Stormy's adorable.
Oh, so Stormy's the older one. Okay.
Yeah, she's...
So Wolf. So they changing the name from Wolf to...
we
They give a
don't-
new name?
Yeah, she didn't say it. She just said in the tweet.
So Twitter feels like the people bullied her into changing it?
Yeah.
Were they roasting the name?
Yeah. So she said, for your info, our son's name isn't Wolf anymore. We just really didn't feel like it was him. Just wanted to share because I keep saying Wolf everywhere. I mean, it's a baby. Of course it's not him. Nothing's him.
Yeah.
Nothing is him.
Right.
He has no personality.
Oh, he was born February 22nd? Okay.
Oh, really?
Wolf.
They must have.
What if Wolf already got attached to the name? I know he like
Right.
weeks old, but still. He know. Like, nah, man, Wolf. For me personally, if my name was Wolf, I'm all in.
Wolf Baker.
Man, Wolf Baker?
That's a dope name.
Shit. Give me that name. Hell yeah. Wolf? That's a dope name. I wonder why they changed it for real, for real.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm curious. But that's a good name, in my opinion. Tiger, Wolf,
Strong name.
Eagle, shit, Falcon.
Stormy and Wolf is like, that's a cute.
Stormy and Wolf as a combo? Because
That's
you know
cute.
that's how they're going to be saying it.
Mm-hmm.
As a family, they're going to be like, Stormy and Wolf. I got to pick up Stormy and Wolf. It
Yeah, I like
flows.
Yeah.
Stormy and Wolf, they kept me up all night. I got to put Stormy and Wolf in school.
And he never has to worry about it looking weird on a resume because they're never going to fill out a resume. So
Right.
it's like they don't have to worry about. That's the thing about being rich and naming
Yeah.
your kids anything like Apple.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to look at it on a resume and be like, "What the hell is this?"
So I wonder if it's Stormy Scott and Wolf Scott.
Oh yeah.
Wolf Scott
Wait,
didn't
no,
really
his
flow.
last name.
His last name's Webster.
Yeah.
Webster?
Yeah.
Travis Scott?
Mhm.
Oh, so Wolf Webster and Stormy Webster.
Stormy Webster is adorable, but I think it's because I see it so much that I'm used to it.
Stormy Webster. And then Wolf Scott Webster. So his last name is Scott in his name at all?
No, his
It
name.
may be middle. I don't know what his middle
Nah.
name
Is
is.
his name Travis?
No, his
No, it's
name is Jacques Berman Webster II.
His name ain't even Travis?
No,
Man, what the hell is going on out here?
it's the stage name.
Yeah.
So he just made up a first name that's a basic first name.
You look so betrayed.
Man, because it's like, I just knew his name was Travis. Because Travis is not a name where you be like, man, Travis, call me Travis. It's a travesty is what it is. I used to have a joke I used to tell on stage about the name Travis because it was rooted in the premise was there was a chimpanzee that mauled this woman. She had a pet chimpanzee or whatever you want to call it, companion. I feel like you would call a chimpanzee a companion more than a pet. So anyway, his name was Travis. He mauled this woman. And I was like, man, you shouldn't have trusted him anyway because his name was Travis. And that word stems from the word travesty. And so it's a travesty. And I did this whole act out, an elaborate thing about where the name came from. And it's like, it's a travesty. Because it was like, you know, a king, his wife cheated on him, and then the baby was a travesty upon thy name in thy kingdom. Your name will be Travis henceforth. And so, like, that was the whole bit and why you could never trust the name Travis. And lo and behold, somebody picking Travis as their stage name out here.
And then there was a travesty at his show.
It was a travesty at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
I am betrayed today. This is just, I just knew his name was Travis. His name is Jacques Webster. He could have been Jacques in music. Jacques. You go to that Jacques concert?
Oh, but is that too much like Young Jock?
No.
Okay.
Ain't nobody think about Young Jock. Travis Scott surpassed him, but Travis Scott has a nice ring to it.
It does.
I mean, let's
It's 2 first names.
this Travis Scott flow. It's a good.
Mm-hmm. It's marketable.
Yeah. But I want to know where he got the Travis from. Like, why was that the move? No, man, call me Travis. Why Travis? I got questions.
I always feel like people be giving them those names too, like a lot of stage names. Because whenever you hear about like, where'd you get the name from? I'm like, well, my grandmother walked in, or like, or my manager was like, you know, what you'd really go far if you went by da da da.
Travis Montague is a subscriber. Travis!
It says he got the name from his favorite uncle, combined it with the first name. Well, I had a feeling that Scott came from Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's first name is Scott. And that's one of his biggest inspirations. So I knew that part, but I didn't know, I wasn't sure about the Travis part. But it says, according to Wikipedia, his favorite uncle combined with the first name of one of his inspirations, Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Mescudi.
Yeah. Scott. Oh, we're going to come back to Scott Mescudi in a minute.
Yeah, we got to come back to
I'm going to review his movie. Travis Scott is Kid Cudi is very influential in music.
Absolutely. The beauty about Kid Cudi is that he was talking about depression and all this stuff that like nobody was really talking about in that realm, and he made it a very real thing.
Yep.
And it was just a lot of people like, me too.
You know what's dope about Kid Cudi, and this is what I always say about being authentic. Because he was talking about this stuff, he developed a loyal fan base and following. Mm-hmm. So whenever he drops an album, they do numbers. Even though he doesn't technically have like hit singles or anything like that, anytime he drops an album, they pull up because he connected to a fan base that really connected to what he was talking about. And his sound is very influential. So it's just like, man, you hear his sound all over the place. And once you have an influential artist that influences other artists, then they all start to sound the same and get lost in the sauce or whatever. But then the initial soul is like Richard Pryor with his stand-up style. It's like, you saw Richard Pryor in so many Def Jam casts. It was just like, so when you go back and watch Richard Pryor, you be like, man, I feel like I heard all this already. No, they got it from Richard. And so since you coming back late, it all seems like Richard got it from them when it's not the case. Because I remember listening to, my introduction to Kid Cudi was on 808s and Heartbreak, on that song, Welcome to Heartbreak. He was on there with Kanye, and I loved the song. And I was like, who's this Kid Cudi guy? And then I listened to his album, and it was different. It was like something I hadn't heard before, but it sounded like it was birthed out of 808 and Heartbreak. It had that same vibe. And so I still listen to quite a few tracks on that first album. I didn't really visit his subsequent albums after that, but that first album, man, I rotated that pretty regularly. And me and the boys have a special connection. Me and the Baker Boys have a special connection with Day and Night by Kid Cudi. And that was a single he just put up on MySpace, and it blew up over time. Like, it was like, and that's another, let that be a lesson to y'all. Like, if you have something like a work of art or like a post or whatever, and it doesn't really get traction when you first put it up, but you know it's good, you feel it is good, you like it, keep reposting it every so often, because you never know what's going to blow up. Because that happened to me with the voiceovers. Like, the raccoon eating the cat's food. That was an old video that I did in 2015. No, actually 2013. I did it in 2013. It blew up in 2015. And so just because I reposted it. And so the reason Day and Night resonates with me and the boys is because we watched that video on repeat when he first did a video for it. We would just always watch that video and sing the song. We would play the song. So me and the Baker Boys have a special connection with Day and Night by Kid Cudi. So Kid Cudi will have a special place within me because of that. Me and the Baker Boys got good memories of Day and Night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. It's a dope song. So shout out to Kid Cudi.
Yes, sir. I'm a big fan of him.
Cudi.
Yeah. And his sound was so dope.
Yeah.
For sure. It sounded like, it almost sounded like binaural beats mixed in with like hip hop beats and like, oh, it was just different. It was dope.
Yeah, it was different. It was unique. It was like, man, he's a rapper, but he don't sound like a rapper.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Let's get to some of these questions.
Oh yeah. Let's get to it, y'all.
Marcus J asked, first thing you doing after checking for the booty production in the hotel shower in NYC? What are you gonna do?
First thing I do. Wait, what was the question?
What's the first thing you're gonna do in NYC after?
Oh, after. Okay. I really want biscuits from what's the name of Peace Food?
Peace Food.
Peace Food. I really want biscuits from Peace Food.
Peace Food Cafe.
Yeah, that's gonna be my first order of business. Biscuits. These vegan biscuits. And what I'm excited about is now I'm gonna get them fresh. Now I'm gonna probably get them every day that I'm out there. I'm gonna just get a biscuit. That's my plan anyway. Everything else is just, it's tough because I love New York so much, but this is my first time being in New York where I have a show every single night. And so now I got 2 shows on 2 of those nights. And so I won't have the usual time that I've had in New York to just kind of roam around and just walk and just be walking. Because I love walking in New York City, man. Because it's super walkable, public transportation. And I love walking, man. And it's like, man, it's just the walkableness never ends. I mean, it ends, but, it's just. And I love how New York, I don't really want to sleep a lot when I'm there. I know I need to get the rest, but I don't want to miss nothing. I want to walk. I want to, go to places. I want to go to the Comedy Cellar and hang out after my shows. And my shows are going to be done late. I still want to be at the Cellar, just hanging out, standing around outside, drooling to get in, and just talking, looking at Insomnia cookies across the street on the late night tip. Maybe get a slice of pizza. I don't know. But the first thing though, Peace Food biscuit.
Yes, sir.
Knowing my luck though, my mutant ability, Peace Food gonna be like, we stopped selling the biscuits.
No.
We ran out.
No.
We're closed.
No.
We changed locations. We're now in Buffalo.
No.
Knowing my luck, when I be super amped about something, it'd be like, you excited, Tony? Well, check this out. No.
You really do have that mutant ability.
Oh, my God. To the fullest. So.
People be thinking, like, you're joking, but you're dead ass.
I'm dead serious, man. My mutant bad luck gene is trash. So, yeah. So, that's my first plan in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. They posted biscuits on their page. So.
Okay. Don't play me when I get up in there, y'all.
Right.
And they got pretty good smoothie there.
They got good food, period. I like their food. I used to go there all the time when I used to work at the Museum of Natural History because it was right up the block. Good stuff in there.
I remember the decent smoothie and the biscuits.
Yeah.
I remember having food, but I don't remember the food. I remember the biscuit.
I think you got mostly biscuits, though.
I ate some. When we ate there, me, you, and Tab, I ate some regular food, too. I just don't remember it.
I have it on video somewhere.
Yeah, cue it up. I definitely had some biscuits, though. And when I went to audition for SNL, I made a special trip there to get the biscuits in the rain with some Jordans on. So I'm dedicated.
Peace Food Cafe. Sponsor your boy. I don't know if y'all do that. That's weird.
Dedication.
But try it.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is, Eric Payne asks, what's the best decade of movies?
Ooh, best decade of movies, huh? Coming in here with the hard-hitting questions, eh? Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna take off the table. Anything before my lifetime is off the table because I don't really go back to movies from the 60s, 50s, and 40s like that. So I'm gonna take those off the table. So now we coming in with the 70s is potent because I like a lot of movies from the 70s. Shout out to The Godfather 1 and 2, goddamn Jaws, Piece of the Action, Uptown Saturday Night, what's that? Let's Do It Again, Halloween. But I don't think the 70s is gonna make the cut for me. So now we dipping into the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, 2010s. The movies that really impacted me the most, though, are gonna be the 80s just because for me, everything was new, everything was, hard hitting, everything. The movies affected me more in the 80s because I was young, I was impressionable. I was experiencing so many things for the first time. Like I remember the feeling of Back to the Future in the movie theater and how I felt when I left that movie theater. I was like, yo, that was the best shit I've ever seen in life. I cannot believe what I just watched. It was like I enjoyed that movie from top to bottom. I wanted to be Michael J. Fox. It went off. It said to be continued. I was like, yo, what would that sequel look like, man? He went to the future, came back, souped up the DeLorean, and they took off. It was like, I didn't see that coming. It was just like, oh my God. The ending of the movie was so exciting. It was just like, oh, it was the perfect experience. I was just like, yo, Back to the Future is the best shit I've ever seen. And then leaving Ghostbusters and being like, oh my God, man. And Ghostbusters and Back to the Future came out within the same time period. It was just like, oh, Ghostbusters, man. I can't take it, man. They was just going after ghosts, the special effects at the time. It was funny. It was, I wanted to be a Ghostbuster. It was just like everything was hard hidden. I was like, I can't believe what I'm witnessing here. And so those movies were really just resonating in my soul and in my spirit. It was just like, I would just leave the theaters like, oh man. And then, movies from the 80s like, goddamn, Coming to America and like 48 Hours, me falling in love with buddy cop movies like Lethal Weapon and Running Scared and Stakeout and just really The Lost Boys and like, I'm just like, movies. And that's where my love of movies really, began and like, and also movies were ruining my life too. It was like The Thing and with Kurt Russell ruined my goddamn life. Like The Shining with Jack Nicholson, Evil Dead 2, American Werewolf in London. These movies ruined me because I was so scared. I was like, yo, I can't sleep, man. I'm telling my mom and my brothers, yo, I can't sleep. How are y'all sleeping? How y'all going to sleep after what we just witnessed? Mom, can I sleep in the bed with you, boy? Just go on in there. Like, man, I'm scared. How are you not scared? Like, I was in awe of people just going to bed after they saw some wild shit like that. How can you watch The Thing with Kurt Russell and just go to bed? How can you watch Evil Dead 2 and just go to bed? I was just flabbergasted, and so many movies in the 80s from Batman, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Transformers, the animated movie. So many movies just, E.T. and like, god damn, it's just so many. So I might have to give it to the 80s just because of the impact it really had on me growing up as a kid. I don't know why the chat's so quiet now. Just growing up as a kid, I might have to go with the 80s. Just because at the time that it hit me in the mouth. Because in 1980, I turned 4. Wait, 78, 79, 80. No, I turned 3 years old in 1980. So, as I'm getting older, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89, I'm just like, yo, I'm really piecing together my life and my thoughts and my opinions and all of this. And like Aliens in 86 is like my favorite movie. Aliens, Die Hard, goddamn, man. So I might have to give it up to the 80s. For me personally. I know depending on when you were born, your answer is going to be different, but those 80s movies was something special for me, man. For real. What about you, Sabrina? What decade
90s.
you going? The 90s?
Yeah. I don't have a long-winded reason.
That's when they hit you in the mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
punched me dead in the face.
Mm.
And I said, do
Yeah.
it
Do you
again.
go back to 90s movies a lot?
Yeah.
Is that your
Yeah.
most go-back toolable decade?
And I go back to 90s movies, shows. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
90s was crack. 90s is potent.
90s was good times.
90s, man.
Let's see what the top
90s,
90s movies were.
I can tell you right here.
I
You
forgot
sitting
who-
with
I
the
forgot who I'm
Google
talking
right
to.
here. Lion King, Speed, Pulp Fiction, Leon the Professional, Independence Day.
You already know how I feel about
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Goddamn. Home Alone was 1990.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands was 1990. Bad
Yep.
Boy, 95.
Goodfellas was 1990.
It was 1990. You want to talk about ruining lives?
Backdraft in 91. Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise in 96. Twister.
I really like The Truman Show. That was from 98.
Truman Show.
I watched that a lot.
Sleepy Hollow with Tim Burton and Johnny Depp.
Misery.
Toy
1990.
Story.
The Toy Story was a good one.
Yeah, man.
Menace to Society.
Menace to
93.
Society. Boys in the Hood. Juice. New Jack City.
Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element.
Romeo and Juliet.
You know what? Titanic. You know what, man? Maybe I'm changing my answer.
Ooh.
Carlito's Way, 7, Candyman, Casino. God damn.
Don't be a menace to
the
South
Matrix.
Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Clueless.
I might have to change my answer now that I'm sitting here listening off the night. Do the Right Thing was 89. Do the Right Thing was 89.
Oh. Join me. Join me in
Because
the
the
90s.
90s was potent as hell, man. But the movies didn't impact me the same way, but the 90s,
It's a lot of rewatchability.
hell yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I seen that. Bad Boys. Shit. Oh, Malcolm X. Terminator. You know what?
Blade.
Blade. Oh. I might have to go with the 90s, man. Forget it. But it was just the 80s impacted me so much, my young brain, and that's where my love of movies began. It was easy for me to be like the 80s. And I
Yeah.
watch Back to the Future still to this day. Boomerang.
But that's
coming,
why-
But Coming to America was 80s. That's
Oh.
arguably Eddie Murphy's best movie. 48 Hours I love. Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 was all in the 80s.
Oh. But we got Juice, man.
Got Juice.
Fresh. Yeah, that's why the 90s is it for me, because I was
Yeah.
all in on the 90s.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh. And my mom just said, like, you know how kids nowadays have screen time?
Yeah.
My screen time was like HBO. Like, my mom would just
yeah.
put me in front of the TV.
The Saturday
'Cause-
night premiere.
My mom's such a movie head,
Mm.
so it's like
Yeah.
I was more aware in the 90s. Total Recall set it off. Yeah, man, the 90s.
Scarface was the 80s.
New Jack City. It's a lot.
Armageddon. Armageddon is a guilty pleasure, though.
Oh, you did mention Titanic,
Uh-huh.
and I just watched a video about
Fight Club is overrated, but keep going.
the truth of what they saw on the Titanic. So you know how in the Titanic movie, everything was lit up as it was going down?
Yeah.
The second that the ship hit the iceberg, it was pitch black. So all people heard were screams, and they had no clue that the floor was falling from beneath them. And they were just literally, they didn't know what was happening around them at all. It was pitch blackness. There's even a video out there that they like remade what happened, and you see all the lights completely shut off. Even the survivors were like, "Yo, it was pitch black. We didn't know what was going on. We know the screaming.
Snap.
There was screaming. It was terror. Like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's no music, obviously.
Right.
You know, it was just pitch black screaming, craziness, panic, all of that.
I wonder what
that's the last thing I saw
what
before I went to
the moon was like that night.
Mm.
Because that would be all you had. Like, I wonder
Yeah.
if you can look up what phase of the moon was when the Titanic sank. Because if it wasn't a full moon and you just out there, because you in the middle of the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no lights.
Yeah. But if you're inside the ship, as a lot of people were, it don't matter. It don't matter what the moon look like.
Yeah, even the moon is not that bright when you're out on the water. That reflection is only so much.
Yeah, but it is bright though.
It's bright because it's the only thing. But as far as
Yeah.
like the effects it has on
Yeah,
how you can see, it's
I ain't
still-
even think about inside the ship.
Yeah.
I was thinking outside. Man, inside,
I was thinking inside.
it's this.
It's just,
It's this.
and all you can do is hear
Yeah.
things happening and having no idea where it could go.
This.
they said that they all they heard was screaming and the sounds of metal breaking. Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, that's a horrible death, though. I was obsessed with the Titanic in the 80s. I was just obsessed about what really happened. And then they were having these little TV shows about, we found the Titanic and we're looking at it. I was like, oh. I was obsessed with it growing up. But man, that's tough.
Man, it's so scary. I'm gonna send you the video, but for those who want to look up the video on TikTok, the Instagram is FitzDizzle48. FitzDizzeel48. I don't know if it's still on their TikTok, but if you look up Titanic on Twitter, somebody tweeted, and the reason why this came up, this woman tweeted, "Crazy realizing it was pitch black during the sinking of the Titanic. In the film, everything is lit up, but when it actually happened, no one could see anything. A huge structure buckling beneath them, and all they could hear were screams and loud creaks of metal. Like, could you imagine getting plunged into the sea before even realizing you were sinking? The true horror, to be honest."
God damn.
Yeah.
And
then
the ocean is terrifying.
Oh, it's absolutely. Somebody said the way they mistreated lower class, the lies, the crash, the dead, they could honestly make a horror movie out of the Titanic. I would watch that.
God damn, man. Whew. I never even thought about the darkness aspect of the Titanic.
So scary.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Afro Geeks?
Yeah, you just reminded me when you said Titanic.
Man,
Because I remember
tough.
I remember reading about it and just being like, yo, no. Just no. And the video, I was like, hell no. That's so scary.
And then, if you do happen to make it into the ocean, you're freezing.
Freezing, because it's a fucking iceberg. An iceberg.
Jesus.
A berg of ice.
A horrible death. How many people died on the Titanic?
Let's see.
How many people did we lose? Well, not we, but were lost. Because, man.
1,517 people were killed out of 2,200 passengers and crew members.
God damn. Whew.
It's determined. We don't know, but
And the
yeah,
bodies were just there. I'm sure they probably didn't even.
there's probably so many there. That's especially back in the day. It's not easy. They probably went back to clean it up now because history loves to go back and be like,
Yeah.
oh, pieces of the Titanic. There's this house.
Damn.
Did I ever tell you about that? Growing up, my dad used to love taking me to this house that always had like Titanic memorabilia in the front. It was by Chelsea Piers. And if anybody remembers this is from the 90s. It was so interesting. It was like, it really fascinated me. And then when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, this is what the house was about.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so crazy to see. And I think that the woman, like the famous woman who survived, she was around for a while. And I went to that house in the 90s when she was still alive. I don't know when she passed. Let me find her. But man, I remember just being so fascinated, like, bro, this is she died in 96.
Is that why you were scared on the cruise ship when we went?
Man, I remember.
Because you was scared.
I could not have a good time. I thought I was going to have a good time. I'm like, hey, this is going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And it was that moment when we were looking out into the water at night, and I realized, fuck, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I'm not, and it's funny, I'm not scared of death. I'm just scared of being stuck.
Stuck. The thing about cruise ships, though, what I've noticed on being on so many cruise ships is that they don't stray too far away from land. Like they put you on a cruise. They wanted to feel like you're just out on the big vast ocean, but their little path sticks close to land. It's not too far. Like there might be little pieces here and there where we're kind of far from everything, but usually they try to stick to close to land as possible. Even when you're on flights and like you're flying to like Japan from the US, they'll kind of go up a certain route rather than just go straight over the ocean. They'll kind of go up, up the West Coast and up by Alaska and then kind of curve back down that way. As to not be too far away from land. But like if you look at the not the flight plan, but the navigation plan, you be like, oh, okay, all right. You don't want to just be out there butt ass naked, surrounded by hundreds of miles of sea on each side, just in case anything might go wrong. But man,
it felt like that.
Yeah.
If I was like, if I had the gear for it, I'd be like, all right, let me explore the ocean while I find my way back home. Because I really want to know what's going on under there.
Oh, I always be thinking about what's underneath. The ocean, maybe. The ocean, baby.
Man, it's terrifying.
Yes, Larita, I'm well-traveled, man. Get in on this well-traveled life, Larita.
Larita don't want to leave the block.
Take a trip, man.
So we're just like, nah, man, they looking for me. There ain't nobody looking for you.
Yeah. Get on the trip, man. We got another question.
We do. We have quite a few. Marcus J asks, and it's kind of on the same theme. Best movie theater snack.
Popcorn?
Popcorn, of course.
I'm gonna go with popcorn. That's my go-to. I feel like I need it. Everything else is, expendable for me. I need that popcorn. Like I love the smell of it. I love smelling popcorn being popped, the butter. I love all that. I just be like, it sparks something in my brain. So popcorn for sure, number one with a bullet. Shout out to, nachos. Shout out to Reese's Pieces. Shout out to some Twizzlers or some Red Vines, whatever they got on that spectrum. But for me, popcorn. And now, now you got movie theaters, you can get a whole meal. You're getting fancy now. The theater we went to, the LeMail, they got vegan nuggets. They got samosas.
Yeah. Pretzels.
I always want to call them mimosas, but samosas.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, they trying to change the game in here.
I ain't gonna lie. When I took the nuggets and I put them in the popcorn, that combo right there might be my new favorite snack. That's it for me. Yeah, that's it. They messed up because I'm pulling up.
I really like popcorn.
I love that popcorn the other night was really good. I tore it up.
I was enjoying that popcorn.
I was sad on that last bite.
Man, I was like,
That might be the best popcorn I've had in a while. I don't know
my
if I-
favorite popcorn, theater
if I was hungry.
popcorn. It might be at Edwards, man.
Edwards.
Regal, my bad. Because, man. But yeah, they had vegan nuggets at that theater, the LaMille
Yeah.
movie theater. They got one in North
AMC.
Hollywood and they got one in Santa Clarita. And well, I don't know if they had the vegan nuggets in North Hollywood. I'm sure they would. But the one we went to in Santa Clarita, they had the vegan nuggets and the samosas.
And AMC now carries vegan nuggets.
Ooh, look at AMC.
I haven't tried theirs yet, but I want to.
Yeah.
Shout out to vegan options.
What's your favorite snack?
I just said
Oh, those
It's the
two
combination.
Got to be together. You?
it doesn't have to be together.
Cam?
Yo, Cam's in here, y'all.
Cam's
Yeah, it's
back.
on.
They've been asking
Mhm.
about you, Cam.
Yeah, they're like, well, yeah. What happened?
I'm here. Favorite movie theater snack? Probably Sour Patch Kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
Man.
Sometimes
Or
this hour.
the Bunch of Crunch. Yeah.
Oh.
Cam hitting us with the surprise picks.
Right.
Okay.
My favorite used to be what's the little caramel chocolate joints in the yellow? Is it the yellow?
Rolos?
Rolo. No. Is that what was that
And
the
the
movie
foil.
theater?
They're in like the gold foil.
Yeah.
They had those in theater?
But I don't think that's what I'm thinking about. It's
Oh.
something else. Movie theater snacks. I gotta look it up now. And then also I really like the ice cream, the little balls, the little vanilla with chocolate
Bonbon type
bonbons.
joints?
Man, I love bonbons. My mom used to always, whenever she went to Blockbuster, she would get a movie, pick me up some popcorn and bonbons,
Bonbon.
and give me that whole experience, and it was so good.
Milk Duds never did it for me. I would eat them, but
Oh,
there
Milk
would never be
Duds.
no emotion on the Milk Duds or the Sugar Babies.
No, they weren't a big.
Nah.
That's what I was talking about. I love milk duds.
my
I
bad.
loved milk.
I like
oh, no,
the
don't
ones
care.
that were
I'm vegan now.
malt balls. What were the ones that had malt on the inside?
Malted milk balls.
The malt balls.
Milk duds.
Milk Duds.
Wait.
I like Milk Duds better.
Wait, what? Y'all
Oh,
just
wait.
saying milk duds, and you brought it back
Not
to
Milk
milk
Duds.
duds. They're malt balls. They're called malts.
Are they called milk duds?
Yeah.
No, there's one that's just a chocolatey
malt
with no
ball.
malt in the middle. What's that one?
With no.
Whoppers. Whoppers.
Oh,
That's the one with the
Whoppers.
malt in the middle. Whoppers. I like Whoppers. Yeah. Hell yeah. Whoppers. Because I'm a fan of malt. Like I used to make malts all the time. I don't anymore. But man, a good old vanilla malt. Oh, yeah.
Remember last time we were in New York, we got malted shakes. You don't remember?
I
that?
got one.
Oh yeah, I brought them to I brought chopped cheese, vegan chopped cheese, and vegan malt shakes.
Oh.
And they would. I got video of that too. Yeah, when it comes to eating, I got video of it. I got footage.
Food.
Mm-hmm.
But good question though.
That was a great question.
What else we got up in there?
Stimson J. Cat, this was a last week question. Would you rather someone buy a ticket to your show knowing they couldn't make it but wanted to support, or leave the ticket unsold for last minute people?
Oh, he asked this on we answered this on Daddy Issues.
Oh.
Yeah. But to answer that, I would rather you buy a ticket and not make it. Because the ticket sold is the ticket sold, baby. So, and that's what they want. That's what they looking at the comedy club. Tickets sold. So if you can't make it, buy the ticket. And if you can't make it, it's still a ticket. So now if you ask for the refund, then you're canceling the ticket. So, but yeah. Buy those tickets, man. For sure.
Nana P asked, back to the movies. Favorite sneak in food? What's your favorite thing to sneak in? Mine was Chipotle in Burbank.
Oh, like a whole meal? Okay.
Oh, I used to sneak in
Chipotle's
the
a
whole
good
bowl
sneak
and some chips, and I all day. And Ike sandwiches.
I like a good sandwich because I still like for it to be easily handled in the dark.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If it's messy, then you got food all over.
Yeah,
you. You're
it's like-
distracted from the movie, and
Right.
your hands are dirty. And
So it's got to be something that's easily handleable.
It's a good job.
Handleable.
You did it,
But that Ike sandwich was a good time.
man.
Ike's. I like, if you got an Ike's near you, check them out, man. He makes some good sandwiches.
I don't think I've been to Ike's.
Oh yeah, it's good.
You never been to Ike's?
I don't think so.
You like sandwiches?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got good
Get their
sandwiches.
Dutch
at
crunch
Ike's.
bread. The Dutch crunch bread.
A good burger in the movie theater is a good time too, because it's easy to eat.
Oh, sushi. I was eating sushi for a
Oh,
minute.
she was eating sushi in the theater.
I was. You've seen me eat a lot
Sabrina
of stuff in
be
the
eating
movie theater.
food in the theater. She just be grabbing it. Sabrina be like, I'm not hungry, man. Let's get this movie. And then she'll get outside the movie theater. I'm hungry, man. I'll be right back. And then she go get food.
Oh yeah, before the movie theater. Yeah.
Right before. Like right before.
I really enjoy watching something while I eat. So I don't know if it like triggers one, like if one thing triggers the other.
Yeah.
Like if I'm eating, I already know I have to watch something.
Mm-hmm.
The movie theater might trigger my hunger. It might be a thing.
I definitely have to
It's
eat.
possible.
Yeah, it might.
I
Yeah.
definitely have to eat. I don't like watching the movie and I'm not eating something. It don't even feel right.
Like I like eating. I obviously like eating popcorn, but if I can get a whole meal and the popcorn, greedy. I love it. I'm here for it,
I'm hungry right now.
man. Oh, I can't wait to cook.
Big
tonight.
hungry. All right, what else we got?
Marcus J asks, this was also last week, Tony Stark Iron Man versus Bruce Wayne Batman. Who would win?
I feel like Bruce Wayne is a better fight strategist
I was gonna say, yeah.
than Tony Stark.
He's got the martial arts edge. So
He's
he's got
got-
both the tech and the martial arts.
Yeah.
So that kind of beats.
Because once he comes in with an armored suit that can hang with Iron Man,
It's all about the fight at that
it's
point.
all about the fight. And once you get to the fight aspect of it, he's going to trump Iron Man in that regard. He's got the training. He's got... Because you could say what you want about Iron Man. He's a genius, but he hasn't trained on the hand-to-hand tip. Look at in the movies, like when the Winter Soldier went buck wild at the station.
Or
and
when him and Cap fought.
Yeah,
Like Cap,
it was
Cap beat him.
Cap beat him up, man. He got jumped,
Yeah.
but they beat him. And so I feel like Batman would have been able to hang a little bit better, even though I think Captain America would beat Batman hand to hand because he is souped up. He's literally engineered to be souped up. If they just fought in draws.
I don't know. I mean, Batman beat Superman, but was that only because of the kryptonite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Superman doesn't have any fighting skill.
Yeah, he just has to hit something.
Yeah, he's just super strong. Like, he doesn't have the training. But Captain America, he's super, he's got the super speed and the super strength with the agility and the reflexes. So with that being said about Tony, remember that scene in Civil War where Winter Soldier gets loose and everybody's trying to fight him. Black Widow's trying to fight him, that girl from S.H.I.E.L.D., and then, Tony Stark, luckily he had the little armor glove to do a little something. All he was able to do was just, disassemble his gun. But then he got dispatched quickly. So it was like, But then Black Panther had to come in and actually do some work. But with Batman, he wasn't able to hang a little bit better with Winter Soldier on a short notice tip. So for a fight between Batman and Tony Stark, I'm going to go with Batman. Bats. Old Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
We also have another versus question.
Oh.
Eric Payne asked, Andre 3000 or Nas? We should know this answer.
Oh, I mean.
Right. This is a silly answer. A silly
Nas is
question.
my favorite.
Silly question.
Now, if Andre was to make more solo albums and, really give us, solo bars at length, Andre could definitely creep up because Andre is in my top 5. But given that he just gave up on music and Nas is in his second wind this deep in the game where he's making really good music, Nas is my pick because he has the catalog. Nas is like, let me count the albums real quick. Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am, Nostradamus, Stillmatic, God's Son, The Lost Tapes, Street's Disciple, Hip Hop is Dead, the Untitled album. We all know the name of that album. The album he has with Damian Marley, Life is Good, the Kanye one, King's Disease 2, and Magic. That's 16 albums. And you got Lost Tapes too. That's 16 albums versus, Outkast with Southern Playalistic, AT Aliens, Aquemini, Stank On Ya, The Love Below, Idlewild. That's 6 albums to 16. So Nas just got a lot more, man. He gave me a lot more bars out here. And I ain't even count the Firm album. So, yeah, Nas for me, man. Tough. Big time. But don't get me wrong. Andre 3000 is one of my favorite ever to do it. Like his raps, his bars, his fluidity as an artist, crazy. But he walked away. He walked away a long ass time ago. And he's just showing up on features now, so
Which I ain't mad about.
I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. Do you? But when it comes to somebody that's still putting out good music, and Illmatic is the best album ever made, in my opinion.
I wonder if we'll run into him in New York, because I've seen him walking around mad casual. I'm like, bro.
Estero knows him.
Oh.
We can probably be
like, hey man, pull up. He's a really nice guy.
get a bead on him.
I like him. Like, he's got good energy. So he's like you when it comes to people pulling up on him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's got that good energy.
I pride myself in giving good energy when people know me.
Yeah.
But then when I get to know you, that's when my energy gonna change. No, I'm just kidding. Is there another question before I get into this movie review? All right, I'm gonna review a movie, y'all, and then we out of here. So me and Sabrina, we watched. Oh, I had it pulled up. How they gonna play me like this? We watched a movie called X. It's a horror movie. Would you say slasher?
It's a slasher film.
Okay. Slasher film. Slash. All right, so it's a movie called X. Here's the premise. In 1979, a group of young filmmakers set out to make an adult film in rural Texas. But when their reclusive elderly hosts catch them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. That's the premise of the story. So it's a movie called X. They set out to make a good porno movie in the 70s. And the producer really wants to do like a Debbie Does Dallas. Like he wants this movie to really resonate and just become this thing that everybody's talking about, rather than just make, a standard, porno flick. They have, grand schemes on this. It's directed by T.I. West, or T. West. I don't know if you pronounce it T.I. or T. It's literally the letter T and an I. He's directed such films as Them. Oh, Them. Remember that TV series? That I was movie nighting Them, and I just checked out.
Oh yeah, because it was I remember.
I think that's what it is. Wait, is it the same one? So he's done a TV series called The Soundtrack, The Resident, Chambers, The Passage, The Exorcist. So he's done a lot of TV directing. He did a movie called In a Valley of Violence, The Sacrament. He also directed VHS in 2012. I heard a lot about VHS.
I actually watched
Did you
that.
see it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
It was cool. It was a ride. It's on Netflix.
He directed Cabin Fever 2 as well. So it's not paranormal though. There's no supernatural theme in this movie. It's literally It's literally, imagine you Airbnb in the 70s. Somebody got an outhouse, a guest house they got out back. They're going to let you rent it out. Not an outhouse, but the guest house in the back. You know what I'm saying? In rural Texas, outside of Houston, in the 70s. One of the stars of the film is black. Just throw that in there. Kid Cudi was the black guy. So Kid Cudi's in this movie. Brittany Snow is in this movie. The guy, what's his name? Martin Henderson. Mia Goth, Jenna Ortega, who was in the Scream movie. I think that's who.
Yeah, she
was in the Scream movie.
Scream, yeah.
Martin Henderson, Owen Campbell. So Stephen Uri, James Galen. And I meant to look up who the old lady was.
Oh yeah, because it was definitely.
But I don't want to. You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Right,
but
right,
anyway, so basically, they're coming to make a porno movie, and they want to make a porno movie that's really gonna stand the test of time and really resonate in the porno community. And that's what we all want. When you make a porn, you don't want it to be disposable. You want it to make a mark. You want it to make a statement. You want it to be the porno that everybody's talking about. You want a Debbie Does Dallas. You want a what's that one? Deep Throat.
Yeah, Deep Throat.
You want to what else has really resonated with I feel like now
so
porn is so much porn. You can find any and everything that you're looking for. You want a booty talk series. You know, booty talk really resonated in the black community.
Oh man.
Booty talk? Booty talk 89,
story.
booty talk 62. Come on, man.
I definitely.
And we can't forget booty talk 44.
No, man.
That was the one. I remember Snoop Dogg had the porno joint going. He wasn't actually smashing in there, but he was partying and rapping in the beginning. Obsession was in there. I used to like Obsession. I don't know where she is now. She was in the Vibrant Thing video. But porn, don't get me started on porn.
I also want to mention Young M.A. has a good one too.
A good what?
Porn. It's not.
Oh,
she's
she
not
got-
in
but
it,
she
but
rapping?
she directed it.
Really?
It's really good.
Who's in it?
What's her name? Honey. I follow. Oh, Honey Gold.
Honey Gold. I don't
Yeah.
think I know Honey Gold.
And there's like a few. It's obviously a lesbian porn, but it's like it's very. You could tell a woman directed it.
Okay.
It's very like nice and sensual and like sweet, and I'm like, oh, it's a good time. I enjoy this.
It was a good time?
Yeah.
You feel warm?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So they set out to make the Great American Porno Movie, 79, Airbnb it, let us use your guest house. But, you know, they didn't tell the old people, yo, we here to make porn in your guest house. You just don't lead with that, okay? And it's an old man and his old wife, and they out there making the porn, you know, doing the scenes, making the noises, and, you know, things get weird. You know, the old lady's out there looking at them while she, you know, she out there old, but she won't in on this. She won't in on this sex. And like, she's old though. Like she's like, yeah, I'm on in on this. She watching and looking through windows and being creepy. And, you know, they just out here just trying to make porn on your property, man. Mind your business. Mind your business when we trying to make porn on your property, man. Nah, sonny, I want in on this. And like, you know, it got real uncomfortable watching this quite a few times. And no disrespect to old people, but, you know, we all gonna get there. We all gonna be old one day. But I just didn't want to see it. I just never wanted to see old people get it in. No disrespect. I don't want y'all to think I'm over here like, man, you know, you really coming down on it. I'm just being honest. Even when I'm old, I don't even want to see myself getting it in. I'm like, man, hey, turn the mirror to the other side. For me, my old self, personally, you know, I already got body issues with myself. Then when I'm old, look out. But she was just like, let me get in on this. And so she watching them. She kind of peeping game and seeing what's going on. And, you know, the cast was all right. Like Brittany Stowe's character and the girl from Scream 2 and Kid Cudi, and Martin Henderson. It was an interesting group of people. Like, you know, everybody had their motives. You know, Martin Henderson was the executive producer, and he wanted to be like, you know, I wanted to make something that's really gonna resonate. And then the director, he was like, I want to make art. I want to make this porno movie artsy. Like, I want it to really, you know, just show something that we haven't seen in this medium. You know what I'm saying? So he's thinking artistically, and like Brittany Snow's character is like, I want to be a star. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm excited about what I do, and this is what I do. This is who I am, and you know, of course, I'm a star. She already sees herself as a star. And then you got the other girl who was kind of like the main focus, really, and she's like, she doing the cocaine because it is the 70s. You got to get the cocaine going. She like, you gonna be a big star. And she telling herself this in the mirror, which resonates to me that she really doesn't believe it, but she's trying to talk herself into it. Like, I'll do whatever it takes. I'm doing this because this is what you got to do to make it in this. And then you had the other girl that was the boom operator, the one from Scream, and she was just like, this was new to her. Like, I didn't sign up to be, you know, a boom operator on porn. You know, what's going on here? So she's all new to this. So you have that dynamic going in. And then you got the creepy old people whose guest house you're renting out for the porn. And then things get creepy and things get slashery. Now, mind you, the film opens with, you know, grisly murder. And that's where the sheriff comes in. It's like, you know, you got the sheriff coming in, boots first. He got his boots on. He got the 10-gallon hat and the shades, toothpick. Sheriff, you going to want to come see this. That's always something that's said in any type of horror movie or any type of thriller. The deputy always rolls up on the sheriff. Sheriff, you going to want to come and see this. And so when he going through the house, it's something you need to see. And that's setting up the audience to be like, what we got to see. Like, you know, what's going on? And then they always show them something, and then they go see it, and they be like, oh, for the love of God. There's always that moment, oh, God. They take the glasses off and be like, oh, Lord in heaven. It's always something like dramatic, oh, God help us all, when they take the shades off. I don't know why in my movie notes, I wrote notes during this movie. The gas prices in 1979, it was 69 cents for gas. They had a sign up that said 69 cents a gallon outside of Houston, Texas for gas. Bring those prices back. Another thing I noticed, whenever they set movies in the 70s, they always got a girl barefoot with her feet on the dash. It's a pet peeve for me. Feet on the dash. I do not like it. I don't condone it. I'm not with it. I know you're trying to get comfortable, but feet on the dash. If you're going to put your feet on the dash, whoever's vehicle it is, ask them if it's cool. Don't just throw your feet up on the dash. And I notice whenever they do the feet on the dash, the feet are always clean. In real life, your feet going to be dingy. Because you've been roaming around. Unless you just got out the shower and got carried to the vehicle, are your feet going to be that crispy and clean? But and Quentin Tarantino has a foot fetish, even though he didn't direct this, but I know he has one. He always highlighting feet in his movies. Women's feet. They got their foot on the dash. One girl had her feet out of the car in Death Proof. So
there's that infamous scene in Kill Bill with
Kill
her
Bill.
feet.
Was she trying to get her toes to work?
Yeah.
And we looking at Uma Thurman's toes for 15 minutes. And Uma got the mountain. She had that long second toe like me. And I was just like, oh, she got the mountain going. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Uma Thurman, man. Her character in Kill Bill, one of my favorite movie characters. Also, in these movies, this is a note I wrote down. Whenever you go to a creepy house, somebody always sees somebody staring at them from the upstairs window. Whether it be an attic or whether it be upstairs, there's always their shot. Somebody outside and they glance up and they see somebody looking through the window upstairs. Always that shot. Whether that person exists or not, whether it's a ghost or not, whether it's somebody creepy, there's always that moment. oh, hey, I'm outside. Let me look up in the window, and then you see somebody looking. Have y'all ever had that moment? Have you ever had a moment where you was just looking at a house and you randomly see somebody you don't know looking out the window at you? How'd you feel? What happened? When did it happen? How did it happen? Let me know in the comments below. But they definitely got this shot in the movie. And also, this movie has the 70s camera zoom outs. They get the 70s. They didn't really have the 70s camera zoom ins, but they got the zoom out. We gonna go to the wide shot. And that's very 70s to me. Like 70s, especially on the slasher flick tip, they gonna zoom out. They gonna pan out slow or fast and zoom on out. So we get that shot as well. And I notice when it comes to porn, I'm not comfortable with women looking young. I'm just it's never my thing. Y'all know I own that I watch porn. But when it says teen girl gets, I'll be like, skip. Cause even though I may know that girl might be, because I'll check. I'll be like, well, how old is this porno actress right here? Oh, okay. Like I have to know you're grown. But if you look too young, I'm out of there. And so the actresses in this movie look young. So it's just like, here we go with this. And you know, I've never really been comfortable with the teen aspect of porn. Like I need you to look like a grown woman. I need you to look like a grown woman. You ain't got to look mad. You ain't got to look like the lady that's been stalking the kids in this movie. You ain't got to be like, oh, I still got what you need. You don't have to be that old. You don't have to be Mildred. But I need to at least know you grown. You can buy liquor. You know, you're grown. You're somebody's aunt. You might have a few kids. I need to know this. I need to know this. Yes, MILF porn is up my alley. Because you grown. But they be throwing MILFs on you too early in porn. They be like, MILF? She's 28. What are you talking about? No, that's a MILF. I'm like, what are we doing here in porn?
That's true.
You're creeping me out, man. She's 28. That's MILF. I'm like, all right, man. Y'all are weird.
I mean, is the only criteria that they have to be a mother?
They got to be a mother? That's the mother. I'd love to, so at least
I guess it counts if they're a mother.
you could be a mother at 28, but still, man, come on. When we think MILF, we thinking 40s and up. At least I would think, but that's neither here nor there, man. But forget all that. Y'all want to know the review of the movie X. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving the movie X. Actually, I'm giving the movie about 3 saxophones out of 5. It was solid. It was entertaining. But it pissed me off a lot. Because, they do dumb shit. Every slasher flick, you got to do dumb shit. And they was doing dumb shit. I'll give you one or two murders where it caught you by surprise. After that, man, you gotta know something ain't right. And then I got grossed out a few times. I was just like, all right, I got a little uncomfortable. But it was creepy. It's a strong 3, soft 3.5. Because it was entertaining. It stuck with me. I didn't know what to expect. So I like coming into something new like that. And I feel like this was a new angle for a slasher flick. It was like porn. And they didn't really shy away from making the porn videos. Like they really, sometimes they kind of sat in certain scenes a little too long. Well, I was just like, all right, this is getting uncomfortable. Can we cut? But overall, a decent watch. If you're not squeamish about sex and slashery gross stuff and old skin, you could probably sit through this, because skin sometimes turns people away. I'm trying to remember. It was a movie where, Big Trouble in Little China had an effect on me skin wise. And I'm gonna just go into why I be looking at skin. I'm trying to say this correctly. Old pale skin. I'll be like, you get that involuntary reaction. Ever since I saw the movie Big Trouble in Little China, when David Lopan was in his true old form, remember how he looked in that movie? He was like super old, and there was spots everywhere, and it was just like, and then when he changed, his skin started pulsating. I was like, ha ha, just that little ha ha, and I'm gonna have that skin one day, but I'm sure I'm gonna look at my skin and be like, ha ha. But if you can handle that, and check it out, if you're into these kind of movies, man. But that's my smooth jazz review, man. What you giving it, Sabrina? How many saxophones?
I'm gonna give it a 4 because I think it's gonna be a cult classic. It's definitely shot with the same feel as like other classic horror exploitation films, as opposed to like a Carrie and stuff like that. But like Thriller, They Call Her One Eye is one of my favorite old school horror.
Didn't Quentin Tarantino bite off that?
He did. And what year is that? 1974. Another one, Last House on the Left, but the 1972 version. Also reminded me of that a lot because it kind of has the same vibe. Definitely love that movie. And all these movies have like a cult following, and then they remade it, and then now it has a whole new thing. And then I Spit on Your Grave, also another really good classic. It has that kind of feel. 1978, not in the 70s, but Necromantics is also one of my favorite films from 87. That is. You have to be prepared. I'm a real big horror fan. I love bad horror films. I like old horror films. I like low budget horror films.
So you saying you an easy audience for this?
For horror films? I don't like. It's funny
you like
because
Tony Valentino with ritual movies.
I'm definitely like picky about my horror. Like if somebody's like, "Oh, I love horror films," Saw, and I'm like, "No, you like the basic horror films." Like if you haven't watched any of the movies I just named, or Zombie, which is one of my favorite zombie films, and there's a scene that they paid homage to that film Zombie in X. So for that, it got a full 4 because it's like I see the old school 70s in this movie. I saw you mention that director when it happened. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a classic Dario Argento moment. And I'm such a nerd when it comes to that. So seeing this, I was like, okay, this is giving me everything I need. And it actually scared me. You know, and like there's some points where I really did jump, and it's hard to make me jump during a horror movie. I'd be watching, I'd be laughing. You've seen me laugh at like people dying. I don't know why it's an impulse. I'm like, why did he die like that? But like this really made me.
You be jumping though.
I do be jumping. There's a lot of, but like when it comes to horror, like I'm suspense films, I be jumping. Yeah. But like horror films, a lot of it is so like, okay, I know what's about to happen. Yeah. But yeah, if you like classic horror movies, you're gonna like X. But if you are going in it with the new horror movie expectation, you might not like it. And I don't mean to call y'all basic, but y'all need to explore more horror films. Because there's so many things that aren't really popular, and I'm not trying to sound like a hipster, but it's like there's a lot of things that aren't what's the word I'm looking for? Mainstream. Yeah, there's a lot of like non-mainstream horror films that y'all need to get into.
What's your favorite mainstream slasher flick?
My favorite mainstream, probably Halloween, because it's Halloween. Yeah. I love Halloween. Like I love the holiday, and also I love the music is classic. The way it's shot is also classic. Yeah. The cinematography obviously is just like it birthed so much out of it, and it's just everything about it. It's just like,
you know who directed that?
Who directed it?
John Carpenter.
Oh, John Carpenter.
The man who directed the movie that ruined my life, The Thing.
Oh yeah, The Thing.
Oh my God, it ruined my goddamn life, Cam. What's your favorite slasher flick? Yeah. Oh, oh. Which one stuck with you for a long time? Scream? Oh shit, you really ain't about this
Oh.
life.
I get scared. Or I used to at least. Like when I was little, like I would not go near 'em. Now I'm pretty. It's pretty.
You easing in now?
Man, I'm such a fan of horror. Man.
I had an experience watching The Shining though.
Oh.
We watched it in class.
Yeah.
But it was a late class.
Uh-huh.
And all of us were walking back like
Oh.
from the movie. And there's this like big like it was cold. It was winter time.
Yeah.
It had all the snow in that. And you know how like when you open doors sometimes the fans go. To
Yes.
None of us expected that, and we all like screamed. Hilarious.
The Shining ruined my life too.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, The Shining.
I don't really consider that a slasher flick because it has a supernatural
Yeah.
element to it more so than he turned into a slasher, but it was like the supernatural led him into it was a weird setup for the but slasher flicks never caused me to lose sleep. I was always able to handle those better than supernatural or alien type movies growing up. And so like I could handle Jason and Michael Myers and, you know, the guys, you know, just coming in and staying sleepaway camp. And he coming in. I'd be like, ha! I would, you know.
Yeah.
Now, Freddy,
Oh.
hearing about Freddy scared me more than actually seeing him because when my brothers were talking about Freddy Krueger for the first time, I thought they were talking about a real person. It was like, yeah, when you go to sleep, he kills you in the dream and you really die. I just walked into that and I was like, ooh, I immediately started crying.
Is he considered a slasher? He's a
I don't know
supernatural.
if he's considered
It's like half and
slasher
He's a
because
supernatural
Yeah.
slasher.
yeah, so I left him out of it.
Because that would have been
He
my
would be your
favorite.
favorite?
Yeah, of course.
The first one?
Yeah, because it was like I had such a. This is gonna sound so ridiculous, but I had such a crush on him because it was like, oh my god, I'm getting horror and comedy in one because he was
Yeah.
so funny.
Right.
That's a good one.
Was he funny in the first one?
He was ridiculous.
I feel like he wasn't bringing the jokes then.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the
I
second
gotta
one.
I gotta rewatch him, but I feel like he didn't start getting really funny until
And that's also, I think, Freddy might be the reason that I love horror. Freddy and Chucky for sure. Because
it wasn't zombies.
my cousins try to scare me.
Ah,
And they try to play it like, oh, let's watch this movie together, and then like try to lock me in the dark. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a good time. I was like excited to play with my cousins because I was young, and I was like, oh, this is fun. So I had the opposite effect on me of what they expect. They expected me to be scared, and I was just became an obsession.
Like, yeah, that's your origin story.
that
I
is.
do feel that I agree with you. I think Halloween is probably my favorite slasher flick because Michael Myers actually scared me. He
Yeah.
didn't scare me into, you know, life ruin, but the mask and the complete lack of personality
Yeah.
is just, that mask is super scary. Oh, now if Candyman is a slasher flick, he's supernatural too, though.
Yeah, that's kind of on the
But
side.
he's
Oh,
a
yeah,
slasher
he
for
is.
sure.
That's a supernatural
Yeah.
slasher. That's a whole another genre.
Candyman, if Candyman is considered a slasher, that scared me.
Yeah.
And I was older, and Candyman got me to where I was like, man, I kept thinking about him when I went to the bathroom. It's like,
Man.
turning on the light before I walk in, just and then peeking in. Yeah, Candyman, and then he was in Chicago, so it was just like, yo, Candyman was uncomfortable for sure. But anyway, y'all.
Oh, Marie asks, and this is important because of the conversation.
Uh-huh.
She said, what's the difference between a slasher film or just a horror? There's a bunch of subgenres. There's
Yeah.
slasher. There's demonic, supernatural, monster,
Alien. There's
alien,
sci-fi
Yeah,
horror.
sci-fi horror.
So are we saying like horror is the broad one, and then each like slasher is a subsection of
Yeah.
horror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and then there's like gore. There's
Yeah.
even rape revenge, which is considered
Yeah.
horror. Like
Spit on
horror.
your grave.
I Spit on Your Grave is
Yeah.
rape revenge. There's so many different subgenres
Yeah.
of horror.
Home invasion type
Yeah.
joints.
Like Hush. Hush is another good one.
That was good. I
yeah,
like that
that's
one.
on Netflix if y'all want to see it.
And then you got suspense type. It's so many. They
Oh,
can all fall under that same umbrella.
So the basic genres are gore and disturbing, which is necromantics, psychological, which is God, there's so many.
Jacob's Ladder. Serpent in the Rainbow, which kind of mixes in all kind of stuff in that one.
There's Killer, which is where, slasher, crime, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Monster, which is like zombie, vampire, werewolf, all of that.
We got to wrap up.
And then Paranormal.
Oh. Yo, and I just watched Christine the other day. But anyway, let me know your favorite slasher flicks in the comment section below. Also, if you saw the movie X, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, we out.